would you rather date a guy that had a privacy protector on their screen or like a completely smashed screen? What would say more about him?
Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in MLS presented by Target alongside my favorite guy, Calen Carr. We are ready to break it down today.
How you feeling today, Sus?
I feel good.
Yeah?
I feel really good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
it's a good
I got my
week.
coffee. What do you got, coffee in there?
No, just water.
Water, oh wow.
Hydration.
Wow,
I have
that's
a
why
little
your
bit of
skin is always so...
My throat is a little sore this morning, so I
Okay.
needed some lemon water.
Okay.
I read that supermodels do that, and Calen Carr. I think you gave me that tip.
I don't know.
at one
I'm going to
point.
try it. I'll give it a shot.
We'll see. We'll try anything. We've got a lot to talk about today, my friend.
Yes.
So shall we get into it?
Let's do it. Let's start it off.
I'm gonna tee you up on your takeaway first.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is the big news.
Yeah, well,
Big
it's
news.
also kind of the sad news,
Yeah.
which is the injury to Miguel Almiron. Probably my favorite player in MLS. I think the best player in MLS.
Yeah.
He's also one of the more talked about players with rumored to be interest from Arsenal in the Premier League.
I've heard of them.
So, that's my club. So I would kind of like to say, well, I don't know, I have mixed feelings because I don't
Like,
want to
wait a
see him
second.
go, but you
Wait
don't
a
want to see
second.
him.
No, I know. You want to see him spread those wings for sure.
But you definitely don't want to see him injured.
No.
And not at this time of the year, especially if you're an Atlanta United fan. So this was devastating to see. You saw his face go down in tears. You don't respond that way
knew.
unless you know something is serious.
Well, and you couldn't help but think back to last year. Around this time, he went down with that hamstring injury and missed, I think, the last 3 or 4 games of the regular season when he came back for playoffs. He's
like,
just
not
the
again,
same.
yeah.
I was sitting down yesterday. We did a women in soccer roundtable, and one of the ladies there was an ardent Atlanta United supporter,
yeah.
and I was chatting with her about the Almiron news, and I mean, the devastation. She was just like, you should have seen the faces.
Yes.
She was like, we just had this sick feeling, and
But
yeah,
to keep it
I felt her pain.
positive, let's give a shout out to George Bello. 16-year-old Atlanta United homegrown player gets his first goal.
A great goal,
in his
by the
second
way.
start. A great goal as well. We broke it down.
We sure
on
did.
Match Day Central.
We sure
Yeah, that
did.
was cool. And he just showed some awareness
Yeah.
there, which is so rare for a young player to be able to sometimes see those little nuances in the game where they recognize it's a dead ball, the other team is maybe relaxed, and then he pounces on his opportunity and gets the goal. So I think he's a guy that actually can stay in the lineup through the playoffs. I mean, I really think he's got a real shot
A lot
at
of depth on that Atlanta team, man.
He gives them something different, though.
Yeah.
So, some real attack on that left-hand side, coming from the back. So,
All is not lost, Atlanta United.
yeah, he's a weapon.
Here we go. I like
it.
I like that we ended on a positive.
George Bello.
note. Okay,
16.
16.
Yeah, that's cool.
16. Okay, my twin takeaway.
Yes, what's yours?
I'm going to talk about the Philadelphia Union, who absolutely handed it to Minnesota. A resounding 5-1 win. They clinch a spot in the playoffs, are now sitting in 4th place. I believe they leapfrogged over Columbus with that win. Fafa Pico. Brace for
yeah.
him. Also a call-up for the U.S. men's national team.
Yes.
And this guy he's been playing so well. Some just cool finishes
Miami,
from this
represent.
guy. Yes.
Love Fafa.
This just bodes really well for Philadelphia. I'm excited to see them back in the postseason. They've got Red Bulls and NYCFC up next. So it's not going to be easy. I think Red Bulls is at home, NYCFC is away. I'm like, maybe they might be able to leapfrog NYCFC, grab that 3 spot if things go well. You never can tell.
That Red Bull Philly game is going to be huge.
It's going to be lit,
That's gonna be huge.
as the kids say. But just really, really happy for the Union and Jim Curtin. Great to see them playing so on
What a
form.
year.
And I am so pumped to see them back in the playoffs.
Love it. And I'm excited to see Fafa with the national team because I think he can actually make a difference.
Yes.
He gives us something a little bit different on the wing. And he also has the attitude where he's not afraid. I don't think he's going to step into the first, put on the national team kit and become a different player. He's the type of guy that's like ready to seize this type of opportunity. He's got a little more
He
personality.
got some swagger.
Yeah. I'm
Some
ready for
swagger.
that. We need that.
Oh, bring it on. Awesome stuff. Okay, some big news, you guys, in the coaching world. San Jose naming Matias Almeida as their coach. They swipe him from Chivas Guadalajara, and this guy's legit.
Yeah.
He has some serious pedigree. Has won a bunch of hardware, I believe, 2 Copa MX titles, of course, CCL champions last year over Toronto FC. We won't talk about that, but just
played in 2 World Cups for Argentina.
a very successful playing career. And this was a guy whose name was floated around for the Argentina national team job, Mexico. This was quite a coup for San Jose. How do you feel about it?
I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Because how often has San Jose ever been rumored with the Argentina or Mexican prospective coach? Like, that's never a thing that's happened, and that's why it caught everybody by surprise. Like, Twitter was blowing up, English language, Spanish language media, and it kind of harkens back to the signing of Tata Martino. Same type of signing where you're like, look what that's done for Atlanta United, to be able to have the credibility to bring players in and to bring some excitement, and also just the tactical ability as well. So.
No, 100%, and I think.
But you wouldn't expect that from San Jose.
No, well, and especially after coming off the season that they had, this was a real boon for them. So nice to get some positive news for San Jose. I feel like this is really gonna kind of.
Yeah, no,
charge them up.
I'm excited for this.
Charging up.
I think this is like a turning point, especially for the franchise.
I do too.
Yeah.
Turning point. It's a Matchday Central segment.
It is. I'm in the studio too much.
Okay. Well, it is. There are five playoff spots left.
Really?
Only 5 playoff spots
5 to go
left. So, Calen, right now we are going to talk about a race for 6.
Oh, that's
yeah. So do you see that?
I
take no credit for that.
Seis,
No,
Almeida, you're learning Spanish.
No credit for that. But it's really fun this time of year. We've got a lot of teams kind of battling for those final few spots. So we're going to talk about some of those teams, starting with the Galaxy, who I am repping today. Isn't this cool?
Where'd you get that?
Brendan Hannon, baby.
Really?
With the hookup.
You got people.
Check that out.
Wow.
I love this sweatshirt. I had people stopping me on the subway. I think they thought it was like the Lakers or something. I was like, no, it's the Galaxy.
That's cool though.
Landon Donovan.
90s throwbacks. Yeah.
But actually, this was a 1-1 result for them at Sporting Kansas City, which, when you look at how the whole weekend kind of shook down, this was not a bad result for the Galaxy at all. That was always going to be a massively tough game for them. Sporting Kansas City, one of the best teams in the league, certainly one of the strongest teams in the West. So to snag a point on the road, pretty good. Also, when you pair that with RSL's loss, which we will talk about, they're still in 7th place, but they are so within striking distance. They've got Minnesota and Houston up next. These are winnable games for them.
Yeah, Houston didn't look so good last night.
No.
I think this Galaxy team is for real. To be able to go on the road, mind you, they were winning this match until the 86th minute.
Yeah.
So it took a late equalizer and a pretty incredible one from Johnny Russell. It was a deja vu moment against the Galaxy, where some sort of bad habits crept up into that back line, and you should say a lot of quality on Johnny Russell's part as
100%.
well. But this Galaxy team, the thing I liked about them, and this week and the 2 prior, is they've got like a mean streak to them. They've got some toughness. They stood up to the challenge going on the road to Sporting Kansas City. I know a thing or two about that. It's not an easy place to hang in for dear life.
Don't say.
So I think this Galaxy team is still primed in a great position to try and make that last one.
I do too. I'm on board. Okay, let's talk about Portland, who got a big 4-1 win over RSL. So Portland had only had 1 win in their last 4 games. So this was a big win for them. A really nice 3 points that they collect
on the road.
On the road, 4 points, and they are going to play RSL again in a couple weeks, I believe. So
in Portland.
This was in Portland. So I'm feeling real good about Portland right now. RSL, however, I'm a little bit nervous. They're hanging on for dear life at this point, but they have, as we mentioned, Portland away. They've got New England. That could be a winnable game, but you just never know at this time of year. They're going to need some help, and I don't know.
Well, it's funny, they asked Mike Petke after the game what happened, and he said Diego Valeri. Which is just so real, because Diego was on fire.
And Sebastian Blanco.
Yeah, Blanco, I really like his game as well. He's emerged this season to play a much bigger role.
Couple goals for him, so nice to see. So yeah, Portland, yay, RSL. We'll see how that goes. Okay, let's talk about Montreal with this was a big result, 3-0 win over Columbus, and Montreal they're hanging on to that 6th spot for dear life, because DC is right behind them. I think they're only 2 points behind them. DC have a game in hand. They've got 3 games left, all at home. Tough matchups though for DC. So you just don't know. But Montreal, I don't know.
I watched this game and I was
do it.
sitting there thinking like, oh no, I think Montreal's in real trouble, and then they respond like this. But you know what? I'm sticking with what I said before. DC is going to get that last spot. Montreal, I'm sorry, I love you. I got friends up in Montreal, but
Toronto and New England for Montreal.
Well,
Up next, yeah.
I think those are winnable games. I think they could potentially win out and still not make the playoffs because of these 2 games in hand for DC.
Yep.
They have to wait. If DC wins 3 of their next 4, it's over. They're guaranteed to be in.
What about Columbus? They're sitting in 5th place right now. They've got Orlando and Minnesota up next. Are they? I mean, they want to play at home. They want to get that home game, but it's not. I don't know.
I like this Columbus team. I really do. I think
despite this result.
Yeah, this was a tough one, and give Montreal credit, but I still think this team is a year better from last year. Zach Steffen, a fool. They've got some great players in the back line, and then Jossie's been scoring goals too. So I think this team's primed for a run.
Okay, so you're not worried about Columbus.
No.
All right, Calen's not worried. Well, let's talk a little bit more about DC. They had a come-from-behind win against Chicago, who was trying to play spoiler once again, but Wayne Rooney said, nah. 2 goals for Wayne Rooney. How good has this guy been for him? That's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I go on Sky Sports every week, and I'm like,
they always want to talk
I wonder
about
what they're going to ask about this week, and it's always Wayne Rooney. And
shocker.
You would think, oh, would they do that anyways? But you can't not talk about the guy. And the same thing with Zlatan. And when I look back on how, people responded when these signings were made, I just wanted to be like, like these guys are world-class players.
World-class players.
And they're showing it now.
Come up in big moments. And the fact that they were able to come from behind in this one.
They've done that a couple times in these, and that's the difference, I think, in playing at home. These margins of the crowd gets behind them, and they have that good feeling of continuing to win at home. So that played the difference in this.
They've got Dallas, Toronto, and NYCFC. These are tough matches.
Sure.
It's not going to be a breeze. It's not going to be a cakewalk for DC to do it. But
I think if they get in, nobody wants to play them.
Yeah.
I don't think the Red Bulls want that. I don't think NYCFC want. I'm telling you, there are teams that are afraid of DC getting in the playoffs because if you look back to front throughout that roster, they're a tough team too. Yeah. It's not just Wayne Rooney and Acosta show. It's Birnbaum, Canals. They've got pieces all over. Areola.
Yep, Areola.
So that's a team I wouldn't want to play.
It's so exciting. All right, Calen. It's about
Luckily,
that
I
time.
don't have to.
Yeah, you're like.
No, it's not a problem.
I'm done. We're done. We don't have to worry about that. See that button? It's just waiting for you.
Here we go.
Do it. Do it.
Did you see that?
Simon Borg in the morning.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes. What do we got? Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Gritty.
And
I am so here for Gritty.
yeah, there's a lot of Gritty content going around.
But
right now.
he showed up at the Philadelphia Union game and was hanging out with their new mascot Phang.
This is a
I love
real
mascot content.
romance here.
Really, really into
Name a more
mascots.
iconic duo. What's up?
It's basically us.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Which one would you be actually? Like the bearded one?
I'm Gritty. Come on.
I feel like you got that Gritty eyeball thing going on. Where it's like, I don't know.
Thanks.
Is she mad? Is she happy? Is she?
I was thinking
cool?
more like attitude, but okay, we'll go with the wonky eye. Cool. Great. Thanks,
I'm like
Calen.
Phang.
Phang. You're just sleek and cool. Look at that hair. All right. I think we have another one.
What do we got?
Oh, flossing. Oh my God, this kid's in a, whoa.
Is that on fast forward?
Holy
That's just regular speed.
Do you know, I can't floss.
Can you give us a try?
Give
us a
I've
try.
never
Come on,
actually
Susannah.
tried because I look at it, I watch people do it and I'm like, shouldn't be that complicated, but it is.
It's like the rubbing your
It's all a disaster. It's all gone
kids.
wrong.
It's for the kids.
It's for that kid in particular. He's
killing
got
it.
like the world record.
The Philly had the ball kids before. They've got I need to go to another match soon.
I know. Philly. It's all happening in Philly. Calen, that's it. That's our show.
That's
all
the
we
whole
got.
show?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Philly, can we give a shout out to the Movement episode that
I was waiting for that.
finally came out? It's
Yes!
on MLS's YouTube channel,
Season
which you're
finale.
watching right now. So yeah,
Season finale. It was
season finale, season 3. It's a
awesome.
wrap.
You guys, it was an awesome episode. Calen, as always, did a
Thank you so much.
bang
Thank you to
up
Warren
job,
Craval
so.
in Philly. They Jim Curtin took me to OB's.
Oh man.
Picked up the tab.
Living the life.
If you're a Philly fan, go to OB's in Chester on the way to the game. I guarantee you. Tell them Calen sent you. they might give you a discount.
I highly doubt that.
Probably not.
But anyway, it is a great episode, so check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please get in the comments and let us know your thoughts, who you think are going to grab those last few playoff spots. We want to hear from you. Have a great week, you guys. We'll see you real soon.